bukan parit nih, mecar. Panasnya di project standby pemain. Acay ka jogi, acay. Ayun ko jogi sa ako, sial ko ay. RMG nak pasti ba? Ya, yang sudah parit, mecar, SSK. BRP. Acay sudah nggak belum? Macam-macam belum? Ali motor. Nomor garage sudah nggak belum? Tuh baru mau buat ini, baru mesran. Ali motor. Balkis. Apa yung luasri itu? Ya pa. Kota streamnya. Kosong, woi tadi itu biru. Nah, kawan. Oh iya, dia punya motor. Mau tahu juga kan siapa ini? Adi, bukan Adit. Adit ya? Itu 9. Ada satu, bilang jatuh ada kali. Dari Ha. Saya ke mata. Woo. Boleh tu tembus ya, cuma spin. Alah, panas dia.
Sebelum kita beristirahat, ada kesempatan ini ucapkan terima kasih kepada semua peserta dan penonton yang hadir di SCG bersama dengan kami Super TV di Borneo.
Alexa panas tuh kira. 63 curang. Dah meletup kan? Panas juga. Tahu juga. curang. What you feel? What you feel? XP sudah tadi. Gimana orang? Lebanon ba yun? Panas. Ano? Si Adi.
The UAE is leaving the group, saying it wants to focus on its national interests. The UAE for long has been frustrated about the output constraints set by OPEC. Previously, the bloc had set a quota between 3.2 to 3.5 million barrels per day, well below its capacity. Now, the UAE wants to increase it to 5 million barrels per day by next year, and it's invested $150 billion in its oil and gas resources. Now, after Saudi Arabia, the UAE has had the highest influence in OPEC, and that's because of its spare production capacity. And by that, we mean the surplus production that can be brought online in terms of a crisis. Now, both these countries have more than 4 million barrels of unused capacity. So the UAE's exit is likely to impact OPEC because it reduces that surplus production. Saudi Arabia has about 3 million barrels per day of unused capacity. Now, experts believe this is going to influence Riyadh's ability to manage OPEC and also influence prices. Now, the UAE's exit and its ability to produce more is not likely to immediately impact the energy supplies in the world right now because the Strait of Hormuz still remains largely closed. But it took this decision after weeks of missile and drone attacks that halved its production in March. UAE's exit is going to impact and affect Saudi Arabia and OPEC, but it's likely to appease US President Donald Trump, who in the past has actually criticized the OPEC for artificially inflating prices by reducing production.
OPEC and OPEC nations are, as usual, ripping off the rest of the world. And I don't like it. Nobody should like it. We want them to start lowering prices.
And that's likely to happen with the UAE pumping in more oil into the market. Prices are likely to come down. But this is not the first time a member has left OPEC, and experts caution this may not be the last.
The Israeli military has launched more attacks across southern Lebanon despite a US brokered ceasefire. Lebanon's army says that one of its soldiers and his brother were killed by an Israeli attack in the southern border town of Bin Jbeil. Hezbollah says it's responded with drone attacks on Israeli positions. Israeli media reported talks of a potential limited agreement with Lebanon, though a deal remains uncertain. A funeral's been held in southern Lebanon for a child killed in an Israeli attack on Tuesday. 3-year-old Mila Zayat died alongside her mother in a strike in Tyre. In Nabatea district, 5 members of the same family were killed in an overnight air raid on the town of Jibj.
We just heard the strike, nothing at all. We didn't hear anything but the boom. Stones fell on us inside. We were sitting in that room there, by the door. We were in Sidon. They said there was a ceasefire, so we gathered ourselves and came here. We thought to check on the houses, but we found them destroyed.
There's growing division in Lebanon over the disarmament of Hezbollah. The president is pushing for negotiations with Israel, saying it's the only way to end the conflict. Joseph Aoun says there is internal consensus, but that's disputed by the Shia Muslim Speaker of Parliament. Sana Khoda reports from Beirut.
This is Sahara's home since confrontations between Hezbollah and Israel resumed 2 months ago. She was already displaced from the previous conflict in 2024. Sahara is among those who blame Lebanon's government for agreeing to a ceasefire with Israel that allows it to target perceived threats.
There's no ceasefire in southern Lebanon. Attacks continue, Israel occupies our land and prevents our return. We asked the government, what kind of an agreement is this?
Lebanon's President Joseph Aoun is also facing criticism for holding face-to-face talks with Israel. But in areas outside of Hezbollah's influence, billboards with his image read, "The decision is Lebanon's." Aoun says it's the only way to end the conflict that displaced more than 1 million people, accusing Hezbollah of working for Iran. "What we are doing is not treason," he said. "Treason was committed by those who take their country to war for foreign interests." He added, his goal is to reach an end to the state of war with Israel. Others believe negotiations are about disarming Hezbollah.
Negotiations are giving Israel time to continue destroying our towns. Since the last conflict in 2024, the government failed to stop Israeli strikes. The resistance will liberate our lands like they did in the past.
Political divisions are deepening.
The U.S. is pushing for peace between Israel and Lebanon. There is opposition here. It's not just Hezbollah, which is threatening instability. The U.S. and Israel are also pushing for Hezbollah's disarmament, which the Lebanese government says it is committed to do.
Hezbollah says it won't surrender as Israel maintains pressure by escalating and expanding its airstrikes. There's concern.
There was a war when I was born, when I became a mother, and I will become a grandmother, and there will still be war. We want this to end. There is no other way but through negotiations.
Negotiations have yet to start, and while Lebanon's leaders say their priority is a permanent ceasefire and Israel's withdrawal from southern Lebanon, the priority of Israel and the United States is Hezbollah's disarmament. Sana Khoda, Al Jazeera, Beirut.